All right, thank you, Greg. Well, his distinctive voice, his command of the screen, both big and small, all with quiet authority. Those are the things you think of when you think of Oscar-winning actor Lou Gossett Jr., whose career spans decades. He is in town today for the Stars in Recovery luncheon, but we get him first. Morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
So nice to meet you.
Good to be back here.
So you're here for the Stars in Recovery luncheon, and you have been very upfront and in sharing your story of addiction and your recovery from addiction.
Part of the recovery is to empty the dark corners of your psyche and of your emotions, so you can put some clean air in there. It's part of the recovery. It's part of a resurrection, if you want to call it that. And the constant daily reminder of inventory helps you get to a place where one day you might want to write a book about your life. You know,
I wanted to mention the book, An Actor and a Gentleman. You tell a lot of the stories here about your career, but also very honestly about your battles with drug addiction.
And how it happens, and perhaps it'll help someone, especially the young. This Recovery Resource Council here, it's when they asked me to come, I didn't even think about it. I'm here to hopefully one or two words would help some young person, some old person, it doesn't matter, to find the way and make a better choice for their lives. And that service, that act of service, seems to give me the light. So it's what I've learned now is, it's not what you get, it's what you give.
Well, you've been a huge giver across your career. Yeah. I want to circle back to your humanitarian actions later, some of the other things that you're involved in, but I have to ask a few career questions. We can't have you here. First of all, I want to know, urban myth or actual truth that you were on the short list for Fiddler because you injured yourself and couldn't do Brian's song? Is this a true story?
Well, boy, you got those stories all convoluted. I did Fiddler, and Brian's song was a different thing. I had the part in Brian's song.
And you pulled an Achilles, is that right?
I pulled an Achilles tendon, you know.
And so the producer from that said, I owe you one.
I owe you one.
You're on the short list now for Fiddler.
And I did Fiddler, right.
And
Buzz Kulick. Buzz Kulick, yeah.
Then came Officer and a Gentleman.
Then came Officer and a Gentleman. Now get down and give me 50.
I would do it. I got to tell you, I sat up a little straighter just when you walked in the room because on some psychological level, you are still Sergeant Foley to so many people.
Well, part of it all, you know, but it's in the paycheck, you know. But the Marine said, if you don't do this well, we'll kill you. So I figured I better do it right.
and they embraced it. They have used you. All of the military has found a way to use you and kind of take some of that gravitas.
And everywhere around the world, I go to the embassies, the Marines are protected, and I say, I'm here. And so they put me on the list, and I hang out with them. They're the best. The Marines are the best.
So those are some roles that we all know. That, you know, of course, my personal favorite, the man who the only actor to give birth on screen, Enemy Mine. Big fan of that film. But what are some of the roles? He can still do it. Oh, he can still do it. What are some of the roles that maybe flew under the radar for you, but that were always a favorite for you?
Well, my favorite, of course, was playing Anwar Sadat, the president of Egypt. It seems like half of that I don't even remember playing. It was such a symbiotic thing and I was chosen by his wife, which was very special. And I just understood what he meant. It was just an incredible opportunity. There's other things, Gathering of Old Men and the Skin Game that I did with Jim Garner. And I'm very fortunate, knock wood, you know. I've been doing it for a while and I can pinpick all the good stuff that's happened in my life.
Well, you talk about the good stuff that's happened in your life, but you've also done an awful lot of good, especially with your foundation. Talk to me about Erases.
Well, Erases, I think we have a problem with the men's inhumanity to man and man thinking that they're better or worse than someone else. It's something that we don't consciously think of so much, but it comes from the old days. And we need to give our children a gift.
And it really focuses on children, on getting young people out of that mindset.
Yeah, we're getting out of that mindset so that they understand when they take over, it's not there. We have signals from God, if you want to call it that, that we need to save this planet. We need to stop the earthquakes and the oil floods and the hurricanes and stuff. And in order to stop that, we need to replace the air and the water and the balance that it's on. And we have to cooperate, all of us, to do that. And that's God's way of putting us together. So we have to get rid of those things that keep us from doing that. And that is Erases. We have to get rid of that and not plant it in our children. They can take over from there.
I've got to tell you, you exude such a peace. Just in the green room, just here on the set, you have a calm about you that pervades the room.
I'm a messenger, brother.
It is so nice to meet you. I appreciate you so much for being here.